right, turn off the TV, get rid of the phone, just don't do it like that. Get your guitar, and here we go. Yeah, Grandma, yeah, I love you too. I gotta go? Yes, I got a bunch of musicians to create. All right, love you, bye. Sorry about that, quick call from Grandma. All right, here's what you're gonna do today, ready? All right, maybe you're not gonna do that, but you are going to be on your way to doing that. We're gonna learn your first 2 chords. I'm so psyched for you, okay? Here we go, you're gonna learn E major and A minor, so let's get started. All right, so let's keep this sweet and to the point. First, rule number 1 is that don't ever doubt yourself, okay? You can get this. Stick with me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It'd really help me spread this new channel. Our music community is growing so fast. For all the new subscribers, so excited to have you here. My end goal for you is to take this instrument, the beautiful guitar, and have it feel like it's like another extension of your body. That's how comfortable it is. I don't even think twice, but I want to take my teaching skills and my musicianship and hand that down to you. Okay, so what is a chord? Really fast, a chord are 3 or more notes played at the same time. So if I play an E major chord, and we're going to go over that, okay, you're going to learn this chord and an A minor chord. So E major, you can even hear it. I want your ears to start training too. This is a happier sound. Okay, now I'm using a pick. You can use a pick or you can just use your fingers or your thumb for now. What we're gonna focus on today in this week's lesson is just getting your right and left hands to syncopate and work as a team, but more importantly, your fret hand, and I do have a whole lesson on the fretboard because this is the most important part of the guitar where all the magic happens. All right, you're gonna practice going back and forth and building that muscle memory. So, up over my shoulder here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw up E major chord, okay? And it's just gonna you're gonna see at the top it says E, right? And to the far left, you see the 6 strings. On the far left, that's the string closest to your chin. That's the low E. And the string names are down at the bottom, okay? So E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. And anytime you see a black circle on a string with a number in it, that's what finger you're supposed to use. I will never change this, all right? On your fret hand, number 1 will always be your pointer finger. Number 2 will be your middle finger. Number 3 will be your ring finger. And number 4 will be your pinky. Your thumb's back here anchoring it, holding it down, okay? So, if we look at that, what I want you to notice too, at the top, you'll see some big O's or circles. That means you play that string open. So for example, if you look at the string on the far left, the E, the one closest to your chin, you have to play that one open. And that's also called your root note. Think of it as it's anchoring the root of the chord. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna throw around a lot of musical terminology. Don't let that turn you off. Don't leave this video, stick tight. I'm gonna help you learn how to play the guitar, but what I'm gonna give you too is enough music theory background and knowledge, because knowledge is power, all right, that you're gonna be able to teach yourself how to play any instrument. Guitar's my main instrument. I taught myself ukulele. I taught myself piano and keys, and I'm gonna teach you how to write music. There's nothing better in the world. So, continuing on, the E chord. So we play the open string E, okay? The low E is open, that's closest to you. Now we get to the A, what do you notice? Yep, you have the number 2 on the 2nd fret of the A string, so you have to take your 2nd finger and put it right here. And I'm gonna show you a close-up on the GoPro in just a minute. And then on the D string, you take your 3rd finger and put it on the 2nd fret, so it's right below it. So far you got open, and then you take your 1st finger and you're gonna put it on the 1st fret on the G string. So far we got open, 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, 2nd fret, 1st finger, 1st fret, and then open B and open E. So you actually play all those strings. Okay? Give it like 4 downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you just learn an E major chord. It's really that simple, and that is the foundation to harmony, to what music is. Now, don't do what some of my students, they get confused between the thing like a note and a chord. A note is just one note, like this is a note, right? So if I play, that's a note, that's one note. All right, now, if I play 3 or more notes together, that's a chord, and that's what you just learned. So here's a close-up on the GoPro real fast of the E major chord. You can see I got the open string, I got my second finger on the second fret on the A string. I got my third finger on the second fret on the D string, my first finger on the first fret of the G string, and then the B and the E are open. And that's one unique thing to the guitar. You have a low E and a high E, okay? So here you go. Now, let's go ahead and put up the next chord chart, and that is an A minor chord. So that's this one. So we're gonna go from E major, this one, back to the GoPro here, to A minor. All right, so here, what do you notice that is similar between the A minor and the E? Okay, so what's similar is they're the same shape. So here's the cool thing about guitar. You'll start learning some of these chord shapes and you move them around the neck and they don't change. So the only difference between this is where you're actually putting, which strings you're putting your fingers on, but it's the same shape. You're gonna use the second, third, and first finger, but what's cool is you're gonna take them and you're gonna move them one string closer to the floor each, so straight down. Okay, so just like this. I'll show you on the GoPro up close. Here's an E major, and you see the shape, and look, I'm just moving it down like that. All right, so to kind of review it, what we'll do is you're gonna play the E, the low E. Nope, you're not gonna play it. So you see that X above the low E? Now that X, I probably have the chord chart over here. That X means you don't play that string. Now, every beginner or new guitar player, you're gonna hit that string. Okay, it's cool, don't worry. Eventually, your fingers and hands are gonna work so well, like I said, where it becomes an extension of your body, it'll just automatically happen. What happens a lot of times is your thumb will roll over the top and it mutes that string. Now, if we look at the A string, we have to play that open. And that's gonna be the root note to an A minor chord. And I'm not gonna take you too far down the hole with the music theory part, but I will do some mini music theory lessons because I always tell my students I have to help you connect the dots. Like, I don't just create somebody that's gonna play the guitar, I'm gonna create somebody that knows how to master the guitar, right? And when I say master, I use that term loosely. It just means you're gonna be able to take a guitar, you're gonna have confidence in your playing ability, that you can play on stage with any musician in the world. You can go play in front of anybody. It's people's homes. You can play little gigs. Whatever you want to do with it, that's the level of musicianship I'm gonna give to you, okay? So that's why I want you to be a very well-rounded musician. Okay, so carrying on. So we got the open A. We got the second finger on the D on the second fret, okay? We got the third finger on the second fret on the G string. And then we've got the first finger on the first fret on the B string, and then we've got the E open. And you play those 5 strings, there's an A minor. So without you even knowing it, you're getting the ear training, okay? And now here's the close-up of the A minor. So here's the A minor on the GoPro. See that shape? Let me switch it back to E major. Boom. And then back down to A minor. Boom. Okay? Now those are chord charts. So I'll throw up a little card over here too. I have another video that teaches you how to read chord charts for both ukulele and guitar. So if you're fully confused by that, when you're done watching this, you can check that video out, all right? So now, you're on your way to making music. So here's what I want you to practice, okay? I want you to practice going from the E chord shape, you play all 6 strings, to the A minor chord. And literally, if you go back and forth 2 chords, that's what music is. That's a song. That's called a chord progression. It's a series of chords in an order. Now, you don't know how any of this all goes together on a theoretical aspect, but I'm gonna teach you, you're gonna know, and that's what's gonna give you the confidence, okay? So, this week I want you to practice this. Take your strumming hand, stick it down on your guitar, okay? Just take it out of the equation for now. And I did this too when I was a beginner. And sit on the couch, get comfortable, get in a good playing position. Try not to do stuff like this, like, I'm binge watching Netflix, I'm gonna practice my my chord shapes. Don't do that. Just remember, learn good habits from the beginning because it's super hard to undo bad habits. So just go back and forth. E major, A minor. Just see if you can go back and forth, okay? No strumming involved. Okay, and if you start getting comfortable doing that, it's muscle memory. Then you can start throwing in some strums, like 4 downstrokes. E major, E major, E major, E major, A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. All right, and play around with it. If you want to pick certain strings in the chord, do this. To A minor. And that's just kind of like when you write a song, that's like an intro, right? That's called arpeggiating the chord, where you pick one note at a time. So again, on the GoPro, just take your strumming hand out, put it down, anchor it, and just go back and forth like this. E major, A minor, E major, A minor. So, I think that's gonna cover it. I don't wanna go too long, we're already 10 minutes in here, but drop me a comment, drop me a question. This channel is growing like faster than I could have imagined, and huge thanks to all of you, because my goal for this is to be like a big gigantic music family where we just push each other to greatness. All positive vibes. I promise if you stick with me, I'm gonna turn you into a killer, amazing musician. All right? So, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now I'm gonna throw out one more super important link. Now I give lessons to my girlfriend Lisa. She's a total beginner like you. So right here, there's a link. You can go watch her video. She just did the exact lesson I gave you. So she went from E major to A minor. Now those videos are pretty fun. They're more loose, off the cuff. This one's a little more technically driven to get you anchored in how to do this. And that's it. So let's all learn to create music to make the world a better place. And I will see you in the next video. Later.